Good morning, fan of U.S. Embassy Phnom Penh Facebook page. My name is Lim Kim, the President of National Staff of USAID Cambodia. This morning, we will have a wonderful conversation with Polly Dunford, Mission Director of Cambodia, and she will be leaving Cambodia at the end of this month. So again, this is a live show. If you have any comment about Polly, please send your comment through Phnom Penh, U.S. Embassy Phnom Penh Facebook post, and we will try to answer all the questions. But if we don't have enough time, we will answer individually after the show. Good morning, Polly.
Good morning, Menglam. Good morning. How are you today?
Very good. How about you?
I'm great, thank you.
You already packed out?
No, not yet. I still have a couple more weeks.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for you joining today.
Thanks for having me.
Polly, can you tell me about your first impression about Cambodia?
Oh, my first impressions of Cambodia. I remember it well. I arrived with my family, and the first thing, we were very struck by the warm Cambodian people. Everyone really welcomed us warmly and made sure that we were comfortable and settled in. So of all of the different moves I've made throughout my career, I have to say that we were the most warmly welcomed and felt instantly at home here in Cambodia. I also remember just after our arrival last year was the Chumben holiday. And several of my colleagues took me to Udong Mountain, where we were able to observe the Chumben traditions and participate. And we were so struck by the beauty of this tradition and of the countryside and of the pagodas that we visited. So really, we just had a very, very good first impression of this country, myself and my entire family.
So have you and family enjoying living in Cambodia?
We've really enjoyed it. We've traveled a lot. We've been to many interesting places. We've been to Siem Reap and Angkor Wat. Of course, that's so incredible to visit together and learn about the ancient history of Cambodia. And we also, with my children, we did a bike race around Angkor Wat, which was so fun. It was a great active way for my children to see the beauty of the Cambodian countryside and the tremendous traditions and history of Cambodia. We were able to travel also to the beaches, to islands, and explore the beautiful nature. And we also visited the bamboo train in Battambang. So we've been able to explore many, many different places. So we've had lots of fun here in Cambodia.
Wow, sounds great. So it sounds like you have traveled to many places of Cambodia. Can you tell me like a most interesting place for you in Cambodia?
There are so many interesting places. I am not sure where to start. But perhaps one of the most interesting places I visited is the new World Heritage Site of Sambor Praekuk. I found that that temple complex so interesting and different from some of the ones I visited in Angkor Wat. I also got to see the Pre Vihir temple, and that was so beautiful up on the hillside overlooking beautiful countryside. I also, while I was in the north of Cambodia, was able to visit a Peace and Reconciliation Center in Anglong Veng, and that for me was a very interesting window into a very difficult time in Cambodia's history. And I was struck by young Cambodians who have been trained to be tour guides, who are helping tourists and foreigners and Cambodians learn more about this period in Cambodian history and helping everyone move forward in unity. And I thought that was very fascinating.
Thank you, Polly. Sounds like you living in Cambodia. Why you returning to the U.S. then?
I absolutely love Cambodia. Actually, this was one of the most difficult decisions I've ever made. We have some family issues that are causing us to return to the United States. And it was a very, very difficult decision because we love Cambodia and I love my job here and what we're doing together for the development of the Cambodian people. I absolutely love it. But we do have a family issue that is very important that we return to the United States. So one thing I'm very appreciative, I know that the Cambodians are a family-centered people and culture, And so I've been struck by everyone's understanding and appreciation for the very difficult decision that I had to make as a very committed professional, but also as a committed mother. So balancing those has been a very interesting challenge, but I have to go home for my family right now. So thank you for understanding, and I'll be back.
So thank you, Polly. I think since you're right here, have you observed any big change in Cambodia?
I think that I've only been here 1 year, so I would love to stay longer to see the results of all of our collective work together. But I think one thing I've been struck by throughout my travels when I'm talking to youth and different people throughout Cambodia is really an increased awareness of the beauty of Cambodia's natural heritage and of the importance of protecting the environment in Cambodia. So I'm getting the sense that more and more Cambodians are very aware and committed to protecting the forests and natural beauty in this amazing country. I've also been thrilled to be a part of the dramatic reduction of HIV in Cambodia and the dramatic reduction of malaria as well. All of those are things of which I'm very proud to have been a partner with so many Cambodians in seeing this real progress happening before our eyes.
Thank you, Polly. I think as a mission writer of USAID Cambodia, what development program are you proud of the most?
That's a very difficult question, Menglin, because I'm so proud of really all the work we do together. I think that recently I was up near the Prey Long forest, the newly designated Prey Long protected wildlife area, and I got to see community forests working together with district governors, commune chiefs, community members, NGOs, and forest rangers, Government of Cambodia forest rangers, everyone working together in partnership to save this amazing protected forest. And so for me, those types of partnerships that are putting Cambodia's natural resources on the right path towards protection, I'm extremely proud of the role that we played in helping move this process forward. I'm also very proud of our agriculture programs because so many of Cambodians people are engaged in agriculture, and increasing incomes through agriculture is helping to decrease poverty and also improve the nutrition of Cambodians and their children. So being a part of that has been really thrilling for me.
I think we received one comment from the fan of Facebook. I think the question is tell me about USAID works.
Oh, thank you. That's a great question. USAID, we're involved in so many things in Cambodia that I'm not sure I can talk about all of the work that we do. But in general, we work in the area of health, where we partner with the Ministry of Health and also many NGOs and private sector entities to improve the quality of healthcare service delivery and also to raise awareness of important healthy behaviors, all with the effort to decrease infant mortality, so improve the health of children, to improve the health of women, especially as they go through childbirth, and also to reduce the incidence of HIV and malaria that I was talking about earlier. So I'm very proud of this partnership. We're also working with the Ministry of Education and many NGOs to improve early grade reading. The most important part of learning how to read are those first years of primary school, where really the building blocks of education are built. So we're partnering with the Ministry of Education to improve the quality of teaching so that Cambodians can learn to read earlier and better. We're also working, as I mentioned, on agriculture to increase farmer production, but also to link them to markets to make sure they can sell their products and help develop small and medium agro enterprises so that these goods can actually get processed and sent to market, increasing incomes and generating jobs. We're working with banks also to provide guarantees so there can be loans for these businesses that are getting started up as well. I already mentioned our environment programs, where we're working in close partnership with the Ministry of Environment. We're also working in democracy and governance. We're working to support civil society in their partnership for progress of Cambodia. So we're doing many, many things. We're working to combat trafficking in persons with Ministry of Interior and all kinds of line ministries across Cambodia. So we're doing many, many things in partnership with Cambodians for the development of the Cambodian people. So I'm very proud to have been part of this work for the past year.
Okay, but I mean, based on your experience working in Cambodia for a while, I mean, what are the key actors in success of the development program in Cambodia?
That's a great question, Menglim. Indeed, any successful program can't rely on just one person or one group. So really, this has been a partnership between, of course, the Cambodian government, civil society, NGOs, and the Cambodian people. And we're proud to partner with all of these groups to provide funding and programs that can help Cambodia reach its own development objectives. So we're very proud to be a partner in this larger effort.
Thank you, Polly. I think because you are the director of USAID, can you tell me about the relationship between U.S. government, USAID and the Cambodian government so far?
We have very strong partnership in the areas of health, education, environment, agriculture, even Ministry of Commerce, Interior, Ministries of Economy and Finance. Really, we all are working in partnership to achieve Cambodia's development goals. And so we're very proud of this continued partnership, very long partnership. And I'm proud that over the course of the past year, we've been able to strengthen this partnership together to reach Cambodia's development objectives.
Okay, thank you. So how is your work in relationship with especially government and subnational, national government and subnational? How are you going to work with them?
Well, we work at all levels of government. So, of course, at the central level, we want to be sure that our programs fit into national development plans on the different line ministries that I just mentioned. So we work closely at the national level on policy and to ensure that we're supporting Cambodia's development objectives. But we also work, of course, when we're out in the provinces and working in communes and in villages, we work with local authorities to ensure that we're also working in lockstep with them at that level. And then similarly with NGOs, we believe that they are also an important part of this process to helping Cambodia achieve its development objectives. So again, I think together in partnership, we can achieve great things.
Thank you, Polly. So we have one more comment from the audience. So the question is, will the U.S. government continue to support funding to Cambodia?
Absolutely. I think that what we've seen is a very long-standing commitment of the U.S. government to support development in Cambodia. And I expect that to continue. Right now, we see very strong support from the American Congress. And the American Congress is the entity of the U.S. government that provides the budget for USAID. And there's a lot of interest in what's happening in Cambodia and a lot of support for our efforts to help Cambodia along its development continuum. So yes, I do expect that support to continue.
Thank you, Polly. So I think another question is, what do you think about the future of Cambodia, especially related to youth?
The youth. Actually, when I travel around, I am so energized by my conversations with Cambodia's youth. The questions that they ask me, their curiosity, their passion for the development of their country. I see young Cambodians as being so passionate and committed to Cambodia's future. So when I talk to youth, I see tremendous hope for the continued progress of Cambodia. I think that they are the future of Cambodia, and I think that we're proud to be investing in Cambodia's youth because they are the future of this country.
Thank you. And you have any recommendation or advice to the Cambodian young people?
My advice to the Cambodian youth is keep it up. I think keep doing what you're doing. Stay motivated, never stop learning, and never give up on your dreams. That's what I would say to youth around the world, and especially youth here in Cambodia.
I think we still have more questions related to the USAID development program. I mean, what you think about? I mean, what are the main priority of USAID to working in Cambodia?
Our main priorities are on the areas that I already mentioned, in education, health, environment, agriculture. Also, child protection is another important area that I haven't talked about. So really, these are all priority areas. And they're priority areas because they also fit into the Cambodia National Development Plans. So we work closely with the Cambodian CDC to ensure that all of our programs are in line with these objectives. And I think that really all of them are priority because as Cambodia is developing, all of these areas need to be developing simultaneously to ensure that Cambodia continues along its development continuum. So USAID will continue to invest in these areas in partnership with Cambodian government, with the youth that we were talking about, with NGOs, everyone together.
Thank you, Polly. So, are you planning to coming back to Cambodia?
Absolutely. I'm absolutely planning on coming back to Cambodia. In fact, my children were asking me the other day, Mommy, are we sure we're going to come back to Cambodia? So I'm not sure when, but as soon as I can, I'll come back. Definitely as a tourist, and I would love to come back here and work and see the tremendous progress of the Cambodian youth and of the Cambodian people. And it's such an amazing and rich country. There's still so much that I haven't seen that I would love to see. I have seen a lot in the past year, but there are many things left to see in this incredible country.
I think, Polly, I think this is like my last question to you. Do you have any word to say to the fan of U.S. Embassy Phnom Penh Facebook page?
Well, thank you for listening today. Thank you for tuning in. I think this is an important area where we can exchange ideas, views, and this free exchange of ideas I think is extremely important to keep open. So that's why I'm proud to participate today, to speak directly to you in a way that's a bit more informal, to listen to your questions, and to hear what things you'd like to hear from me. So I'm proud to be able to communicate openly with you. And I think that this is an excellent way to get up to speed on what we're doing in the U.S. Embassy as a whole and also at USAID. So thanks for listening and continuing to check in because I think it's an important avenue of communication.
Yeah, we still have one more comment from the audience now. The question is how USAID have Cambodia for education?
Oh, for education. This is a very good question. As I was saying, in my opinion, the most fundamental years of a child's education are the grades 1, 2, and 3. Because these are the years when children are learning how to read and learning how to do math. Once you get older, you're no longer learning how to read. You're actually reading as part of your learning. So getting reading right in grades 1, 2, and 3 is extremely important because studies show that if you really don't have it mastered by grade 3, it's more difficult to catch up later on. So that's why it's so important that in the early years, Cambodian children have access to quality education to make sure that they master these skills. So we're working with very dynamic Ministry of Education to support them in their efforts to improve quality at this level, to be sure that teachers, incoming teachers, have quality training at the teacher training colleges so that when they go out to the schools, they're giving quality instruction that's really helping Cambodian children learn. So all of that is how we're working to support the Ministry of Education to achieve its goals to continue to improve the quality of education in Cambodia.
Yeah, thank you. I think maybe this is also nearly the same question, but it relates to the forest conservation project. I think the environment project of USAID Cambodia is going to end by the end of this year. So USAID will continue to support this program?
Oh, absolutely. We remain committed to our programs in the environment. And as our funding cycles, we have projects that last in between 3 to 5 years. So in order to make sure we have free and open competition every time we have a new program, we have program cycles. So a program could go 3 years, and then we have to open it up for more people to bid on this program. So we're in the process of closing one program down and starting up a new one. So it's just a transition of the cycle. But we will continue to work very closely with the Ministry of Environment, to finalize an environmental code which will improve regulation for protected areas in Cambodia. We will also continue to work on strengthening the capacity of Ministry of Environment forest rangers, and we will continue to work with communities to help them build livelihoods that don't depend on cutting down the forest. So that's key to getting them involved. Also getting communities involved in patrolling their forests and starting to see their forest as a resource that they're committed to protecting. So we will absolutely continue the work that we've started in close partnership with the Ministry of Environment.
Thank you so much, Polly. So I think again this is like a final word for you before we say goodbye to the fan of Facebook.
I just really like to thank all of you again for your support. It's been an absolute honor and pleasure to serve here in Cambodia for the last 14 months. I'm sorry it's been cut short, but I'm very proud and honored that I had this time to work with all of you. And I wish you all the best of luck as you move forward along your development continuum in Cambodia. Thank you very much, and Akun Charan.
Akun Charan.